It is the Chinese Hungry Ghost Festival, and during this 7 lunar ghost month, it is believed that the spirits from hell return for a visit. And as they move around in our world, the Chinese have advice on what to do and what not to do during this time. Today, particularly, we're going to discuss about 22 things not to do during the Hungry Ghost Festival, and that is the Ghost Month. On this channel, I share mostly about meditation and meditation related topics. And just for this Ghost Month, I'm sharing, info about the supernatural, ghosts, true ghost stories. So remember to subscribe to get updates whenever I publish a new video on this channel. During the Hungry Ghost Festival, there are many places that host street performances like Chinese opera, which we call in Asia here called wayang, and also there are concert-like stage shows, and these in local terms are called 歌台. Literal translation is song on the stage. Yeah. In front of the stage, there are seats for guests to sit and watch the performances. Um, these shows are specially organized to entertain the ghosts. So as such, don't sit in the front row of these seats. Those are reserved for the ghosts. So when you are there and you're ready to enjoy the show, and you take a look at the seats available, so even if all the seats are taken, don't sit the front row. All right, if there are no seats available other than that, just stand and watch the show. The offerings on these tables for the ghosts, these are the food and drinks are laid there for them to consume. So as such, it is believed that many ghosts are always around these tables enjoying the feast. And think about it. If you are enjoying a feast, would you like it when someone comes and sit on the table that you're eating, you wouldn't, right? So it's the same for the ghosts. They wouldn't like it either. And if you do that, if you sit on a table of offerings while they're eating, they may get upset and they may do something bad to anyone who does that. During the festival, there will be places, where they set up with tents for prayers and offerings for the ghosts. There are these altars set up within these sites. So when you see these altars, you see it will be laid out with all these prayers and offering items. Then they have this cloth that cover it. So do not get curious and try to take a peek under it. Yeah. As with the earlier point, there can be ghosts hanging around there, and they do not like to be disturbed. So if you try to sneak a peek, again they can be annoyed, and they can create trouble for you. In Singapore, during the Ghost Month, you can see all these offerings placed along the roadside. These are actually meant for the ghosts. So when you see these offerings, on the roadside, don't disturb them. For example, don't touch them or kick them. But if you accidentally do, like disturb them, or accidentally just step on them or brush against them, then just apologize. Like for example, I have accidentally stepped on one of these things before. So what I did was I quickly look at the offerings area, and then I say a quiet sorry. Yeah, a very sincere one. Okay. When you see something strange, a strange object placed somewhere, for example, a strange looking coin along a walkway or pathway, please ignore it. Okay, don't pick it up. The Chinese believe that these things may belong to a ghost. So when you take it with you, the ghost follows you. Also, if you suddenly smell something in the air, it can be a horrible smell or even a fragrant one. Please ignore it also. It is said that these smells indicate the presence of a ghost. So when you acknowledge this sense, the smells, the ghost is suddenly alerted to you, and we never know what they intend to do after that. It's the same with strange sounds. For example, if you hear someone sobbing at night, or let's say you're somewhere, or even at your own home, you hear someone calling your name, and there's no one else around there. Yeah, be very careful. All right, ignore these sounds. If you suddenly feel a chill, do not react, and especially do not panic. Just ignore it. If you're walking home, continue to walk home. If you're at home and say for example, you're answering emails on your laptop, just keep on typing. Ignore that, okay? When I was young, I was advised by my elders not to go out at night. It is believed that ghosts are attracted especially to children. And this also applies to unborn children too. So women who are expecting are often advised not to go out too late at night. I mean, you need to go out, but try to not to go out too late at night. I shared a story where a ghost went after a young boy. You can watch the video in the Supernatural playlist. Just go to the playlist and look for Supernatural, and you can find the video there. Yeah, the title says something about a violent ghost went after a boy. Or you can click on the card that appears now at the top of this video. Why a tree or a bus stop? Well, basically ghosts like to hang around in quiet and dark places. So not just trees and bus stops, yeah? Do not hang around or stand anywhere that is, around these places where it's quiet and dark. You wouldn't want to attract the ghost's attention. There are water spirits that roam the waters, and there are those that they tend to be a bit more violent, and they will attack anyone that they're attracted to. So some Chinese believe that these water spirits attack people, and the reason they do that is so that when they attack the person dies, that person will replace them. And and they believe, these ghosts believe that when that happens, they can finally be reincarnated. We don't know whether that's true or not. Yeah, I have not found out whether it is, through speaking with spirits or my spirit guides. Yeah, so it's not just about going swimming. Yeah, some Chinese go as far as to avoid traveling on ships or ferries during this time. Ghosts are attracted to the color red, so try not to wear any clothing that's bright red in color during this time. A small bag or wallet is okay, but not an entire top, entire bottom, or the whole outfit, or a dress, that's so bright red. It's said that it attracts ghosts. It is believed that the shoulders and also the top of our heads have a bright light, and some call these the torches of fire. Right? They are like energies. Huh? To me, they are energies and they're bright light. So when someone taps on these areas, It is believed that these torches are extinguished for a while, you know. So when the person tap on the shoulder, the fire, the light is extinguished. Then this person whose light is extinguished is vulnerable to the supernatural. And especially during the ghost month, when somebody is vulnerable, they can be vulnerable to haunting or attack by a ghost. I heard about this when I was a young boy. A friend of mine then told me that we should not cover our foreheads. He said that there's an energy at our foreheads. This energy shines very brightly and it keeps ghosts away. Have you seen those YouTube videos or social media posts where people took photos at night and then when they look at the photo taken later, they see an entity in the photo? I remember I read an article about this, and this group of people, when they look back at the photo, they suddenly see an extra head in the photo. So this is a reason why it is best not to take photos at night during the ghost month. With more ghosts around, you don't want to take the risk, right? If you wear slippers, then do not point them towards your bed when you rest at night. Some people believe that ghosts like to wear slippers that are left around. And when you place your slippers towards your bed, it's like inviting the ghost to wear the slippers and then walk towards your bed. And what happens after that is something that you may not enjoy. When I was a young boy, when I first discovered how to whistle, I enjoyed it so much. It was such a delight. I would even whistle a tune at night. And that was until my mom cautioned me that whistling at night attracts ghosts, regardless of whether it is ghost month or not. Of course, during ghost month, because the gates of hell are open, there are more ghosts moving around. So, higher chances of attracting a ghost if you whistle. It is said that some ghosts like to hide in umbrellas, so it's advised not to grab any stray umbrellas that you see around you, even if it's pouring rain. You know, always it is better to have your own. After all, you wouldn't want to suddenly grab this strange umbrella from out of nowhere, and it has a ghost inside, and then you carry that ghost home, right? Not during the ghost month. This is why there is a significant drop in the number of weddings during this time. It is believed by the Chinese that getting married during the ghost month can bring bad luck to the newlywed couple. Or worse, if the ghost that haunts the wedding is one that has had a bad issue with love or is sore about love, the couple could be cursed. Earlier I shared about not traveling on water like ships, boats and ferries. This extends to any form of travel during the 7th month. The belief is that there may be mischievous ghosts around that can cause trouble during the trip. Just as it is not ideal to get married during the 7th month, it is not a good idea to move to a new house too. For weddings, for example, there can be uninvited guests like the ghosts, and so it is true for a new house. As you move, because of the movement, there could be wandering ghosts around, and then they get attracted to this and they can invite themselves into your new home. The 7th month is not a good time to do renovations too. This applies to any abode, whether your home, office, or any building. It is believed that the noise will disturb any ghosts around, and they may not be happy, and they will cause trouble for you. Once when I was young and innocent, I did that. I dug my chopsticks, my two chopsticks into a rice bowl. My mother was so shocked. Immediately, she told me to remove them, and I did. And then after that, my mom proceeded to lecture me on why this is a taboo. She said that when we place the chopsticks vertically in a rice bowl, they look like joss sticks. And as such, any ghosts wandering nearby may notice the two chopsticks and mistaken them as joss sticks, and as such may mistaken them as offerings. And if I continue to eat, the ghost may get offended, and that can end badly. Chinese believe that sometimes our departed loved ones can return in the form of an insect. They do not appear as ghosts so as not to frighten us, their loved ones. Most times it is said that they return in the form of an insect, and usually it seems to be a moth, a really large moth. And I have seen this happen before. After a relative had passed away, suddenly there was this huge moth that appeared, at the funeral area or the wake, or even days after at home. It will be on a wall and refuse to move. Of course, you do not disturb it, just let it be. So there you are, 22 things not to do during the Hungry Ghost Festival. There are many more things not to do, of course. In fact, in different parts of Asia, each country or city have their own practices and taboos. And to mention all of them would take up an entire book, you know. So these are just 22 of them. What do you think of it? What do you think of these 22 things not to do during the Hungry Ghost month? Yeah, or Hungry Ghost Festival. Tell me in the comments below. Yeah, and I will keep on sharing, more supernatural information, stories in the future videos. So remember to subscribe and hit the notification button, right, if you like to receive updates whenever I publish a new video. And as always, think good thoughts to create good things.